That's all God wants us to see. He wants you to come to the place that you go down in prayer expecting to see what God has for you. You go down in prayer expecting to see and to hear and to know that you received an answer. That's what God wants from us. That's simply what that parable was about when Jesus said to the fig tree that may you be dried up from the roots. May no man ever eat of you again. What he wanted his disciples to understand, what God wants us to understand, what he wants us to be clear about is that you have to not only hear it, but you need to see it. Furniture's still moving, Bishop. It's still moving. I'm loving it. You can move all of it out of the way until it just falls off on the side. I'm loving it because what God is doing, he's making room, because the spiritual realm that you operate in, all stuff has to be cleared out of the way. Nothing can be in the way because it's big. What you're getting ready to do is big. There's no space for other stuff. There's no space for other stuff for what God is giving you to do. And let me just remind you once again, and I know Bishop probably reminds you all sometimes, the house of God where you come to worship is not where you come to minister. Let me just be clear with that. Most of you, your ministry will never be in the four walls of the church.
Right.
It's like going to a gas station. You come in to get spiritually filled up.
That's right.
Amen.
That's right.
But you got to come expecting to be spiritually filled up.
Right.
Stop coming to the house of God expecting the pastor to do it all, the
Right.
praise team to do it all, somebody to give you a word and all that. When God gives you a word, if you open up the Bible, you will get a word.
That's right.
You will get a word. But you got to open up the word of God to get a word. Well, I don't know what God's voice sounds like. That's because you don't read the word. It's God's voice from Genesis to Revelation, everything in between. Most of us will never operate within the four walls of the church. Not only do I operate as a pastor, as an overseer, but I also operate outside of the four walls of the church. You better believe I'm going to get mine in. And whatever God gives you to do, you better believe there's going to be kingdom business connected to it. But you got to be able to see that. Not just hear it from somebody. So what God is saying today is, I've given you the keys of authority and power to do what he's called you to do in this last hour. But you got to use your keys. You got to speak to the surround sound and dry it up by the roots and speak to it that it is uprooted and removed, never to return again. You have that power and authority. Don't say, can I do that? Oh, yes, you can do that. You should have done it a long time ago. But because we forget the authority that we have, and because we're so bogged down with stuff, we don't even begin to speak it, because the enemy wants to shut your mouth up in the first place. Man, I was hurting so bad. All I could do was say hallelujah, hallelujah. But when he let me go just for a few minutes, I got down on that floor and stretched out. You're talking about somebody going to the 5th, 6th, 7th level of tongues, because I got to come out. You playing with me. I don't have time for this. Say to the enemy, you don't have time for this. Stop giving him time. You don't have time. Every day that you live, you're closer to your purpose. Start walking and you don't have time. This is the last time. This is the last time God is giving his word across the land for the last time. Trust me, I don't say anything unless God give it to me. I don't play around with that. I'm not one of those people that I need you to think highly of me, because what thus said the Lord, I don't care. What I care about is doing God's business, because hell is for real.
Yes.
And I still don't like to sleep with all the lights out, so I don't care for God. I don't like heat. Everybody in the house has to freeze because I'm having hot flashes.
That's right.
So everybody got to go to bed all bundled up. Try to close out the fan, so I won't freeze my grandbabies. That didn't work out so well, so I had to use a fan. Hell is real. You got to make up your mind what you want to do.
That's right.
Either you're going to live for God or not. There is no devil in hell that can stop you. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. And there's no relationship that's so beautiful and so wonderful and so good that it can keep you from the love of God and the will of God unless you desire to be so. I know that's some crazy ones. I'm glad he finally gave me one that loved me in spite of. Amen, because I'm still not a morning person. Ain't that right, Pastor? I'm telling myself I'm not a morning person. That's because I'm a night owl. By the time everybody's getting up, I'm just going to sleep because God be talking. I got to hear. That's when the traffic stops. 4 a.m. If you really want to get something from God, at 4 a.m. is the best time to pray. For some reason, within 4 a.m., and the reason why is because God gave me this about 4 years ago. He says at 4 a.m., 5 years ago, he says between 4 and 5 a.m. is when, for whatever reason, he didn't specifically give me the reason, but the trafficking of the adversary and his assigned assassins comes to a halt. I don't know, maybe they're having a meeting at the round table about you with your name on it, but that's the time that you need to get in. See, we got all this stuff going across Facebook, 5 a.m., 6 a.m. That's not the moment of prayer. It's 4 a.m.
Come on. That's good. good.
That's when you just turn over good. Your body chemistry is working to say just turn